Welcome back to another episode of the Bear Trap on the Boomer Bust channel, Bears Podcast by Bears fan. I'm your host, Terry. I'm frustrated. Y'all, I'm frustrated. It's sad. It is really sad. I'm really disappointed in my fellow Bears fans. I'm a fan. Well, not a fan. Of course I'm a fan. But I love all my fellow fans is what I want to say. I mean, if we disagree, you know, that's just part of it. And we all kind of fan in our own way. Like I tend to say, people fan in their own ways. And so, you know, different shows for different folks. But as I always say, at the end of the day, we want the Bears to win. So, you know, we should be able to find common ground and all that. And the whole Roquan situation, to me personally, has brought out some fans that I'm not even happy to, you know, call fellow Bears fans right now because of how absolutely ignorant they're acting. And, we're not talking about the ignorant in the way people use it slang. We're talking about actual ignorant people that just are oblivious of facts and really don't comprehend what they're saying or doing. And people are very ignorant when it comes to this Roquan situation. I mean, I've done my best to break it down, how I could. But you know, I think it just comes down to some people don't want to listen. They don't want to comprehend. And some people don't make the effort to, because it's one thing, again, as I mentioned, with the Roquan situation, it's not a right answer. It's kind of if you fall on the team side or Roquan or the player side. So I don't care if you're not for Roquan in this particular fight. It's the people that are starting to bash his character with ridiculous statements that upset me the most. And it's sad, really. I'm not mad. It's just, yeah, it's disappointing. And then you see other fans of different teams or people that in the city that might not you know, be diehard fans, just like, wow, look at these people. They're acting ridiculous. A person that I'm, you know, 99% sure that 99% of us have not met. A young man that even if you follow his kind of character and story in college, you haven't been able to be around him, but yet you feel comfortable calling him ridiculous names and not assassinating his character, but really attacking his character and his integrity. And it's ridiculous. I get it. Not one person of us Bears fans are like, yeah, we don't want to see Roquan play. That's silly. All of us want him to play. He's a top 10 pick. We want to see him. Of course, you excited draft night. You excited to add a nice piece. All that. We want good things for the Bears. That's what we want as fans. There's no argument in that. So the fighting between these fans as if one of us wants to win and one of us doesn't is silly. Now, on top of that, after saying that we all want to see him play, turning that frustration into lashing out is just silly. And a lot of people that I've seen and that I've talked to know that they're lashing out. They know full well they're lashing out. And they're just venting whatever because it's the internet. Okay, cool. But that stuff, it matters. I mean, whether players should or shouldn't they read it, whether media should or shouldn't they read it, whether other fans who are impressionable should or shouldn't they read stuff and they see the narratives and that stuff. So even if you don't totally mean it, that narrative is being created and it's toxic and it's ugly. People like trade him. He's selfish. He's a diva. I keep saying prima donna. Are you kidding me? Again, you can fall on the team's side, but it's very clear laid out why the player's doing this. And any NFL player would understand why they're doing it. shoot, if any player from other leagues would look at the situation, they'd be up in arms. The NFL and their players are severely out leveraged to the owners compared to other leagues. And so people are saying, oh, we don't care. If you want to be that macho, just throw your helmet on, put your head down and play. That's silly. That's equivalent to people telling LeBron them just stick to dribbling the ball. Don't talk about other matters. That's absolutely ridiculous. They're people. They have a right. Whether or not you could understand how much money they make or comparing it to you or you could ever be in their shoes, that's irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the conversation. We're talking about the principle of somebody being able to be active and use their leverage in the workplace to get what is fair compensation. And so I don't care that the money amount is so much higher. It matters that they have that ability and that they are exercising it. That's like me saying in my job, people that make more money than me, if, they're fighting to improve conditions for themselves or whatever, I should say, oh, well, screw them. They make more money than me. I'd have no sympathy for them. That's silly because they are in my profession. Their ability to fight is only going to increase my ability to fight. And so with NFL players, it's the same thing. Your ability to increase your leverage is going to help other people increase their leverage, which in turn, when you come back around for another contract, helps you increase your leverage. That's how it works. I brought up the thing Bill Polian said on Waddle and Sylvie before, where he was like, oh man, did you know the MLB has no rule for guaranteed money? That's the result of agents over decades making it standard. That is the point. Now tell me that the players are upset that they have guaranteed money, or tell me that any of the players would say, well, those people were being selfish. No, are you kidding me? The agents had to do it, or when the PA isn't doing it or the union isn't doing it, and they have a right. Yes, of course they want to make money for their clients. That's their job. But also on a human level, that's how it is in a workplace. You have to be able to exercise your power when you can. Because make no mistake, when he signs that contract, he has no leverage until his next contract. And so people are like, oh, he hasn't played, he hasn't earned. It's just silly. Understand what we're talking about. If you did not watch the episode I did talking about what guarantee money is, then stop arguing, because they're very clear that a lot of these fans don't understand what we're talking about. Everyone keeps saying, oh, so he gets suspended, I'm supposed to pay him? That's not how it works. He cannot negotiate not getting suspended or not losing his money when he's suspended. Again, that's salary. If you get suspended, you lose your game check. The league fines you. The team can fine you. So he's not getting paid if he gets suspended or in trouble. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about guaranteed money. We're talking about money promised to you at the beginning of the contract for signing the contract, the signing bonus, and then other bonuses. And then people also don't understand that, again, as I mentioned before, these bonuses, signing bonus, you get that money up front, you get paid for signing. That's it. Whether you get hurt, whether you get in trouble, it doesn't matter. That money is for signing a contract. It is not for staying healthy or anything else. That's your money for signing the contract. Now, the rest of the bonuses, roster bonuses, and all these different things, understand that if you get in trouble to a point where you can't perform or play, then you won't get the bonus. If there's a workout bonus, but you're suspended and miss the workouts, you don't get the money. If there are stat incentives where you reach stats and you aren't on the field because you're hurt or suspended, then you can't reach the stats. You can't get the money. So really the most guaranteed money, again, is signing bonus. That's what you get for signing a contract. Everything else built in, to the best of my knowledge, like incentives. And so if it gets to a point where you're in trouble, then you don't reach those incentives anyway. And so he's not asking to be exempt. Everyone keeps saying, oh, he's supposed to be immune from punishment. What? He still loses his game check. He still gets fined. What he and the rest of the league is asking is that teams should not be able to then triple down on that punishment by reducing their guaranteed money. And it goes more, everybody keeps talking about suspension. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than just suspension. Again, contract language is very specific. And we don't know exactly what the Bears are asking, but there's teams and there's precedents where teams will be able to do things for what you say in the media about the team or about a player or about a teammate or a coach. There's precedents for things that you do in the off season, like not just getting hurt, but yeah, there could be language. Well, if you get hurt doing X, Y, Z, then we void this. That stuff shouldn't be there. If you get hurt or if you do whatever, you aren't there to play. You don't got the game check. You don't have the incentive bonuses. If you're in trouble, then you get suspended. Or if you get cut, then the whole contract is void. So those punishments are already built in place. Everyone keeps saying if you do something, you should get punished. Those are already built in. This is nothing but overkill for teams trying to be cheap. And so Roquan is fighting to not his contract's not going to fix the league. As someone pointed out, there's 4 other teams that already did this language for rookies. But the point is, as the example with the MLB, until agencies can fight to make it standard across the league, then they have to continue to do this. And Roquan is very much within his right to say, no, I don't want to be a part of that. But the fact that he did and he sees it, again, not just for everybody else as he wants to continue to make that precedence known, but also for himself. Because if you, again, you build that leverage now, players can build more leverage later, and then you have more leverage by the time you re-up your contract. So yes, it's for him. Yes, the agents are doing it for themselves, but also the team's doing it for themselves. They're not doing it for you. Guess what? If that money comes back, they're not paying it out to us. So talking as if the team is unselfish is ridiculous. They're all self-interested. Of course, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about their livelihoods. But that doesn't mean that they also couldn't be working for something bigger. Just like the team is working for something bigger so that they don't have to relinquish that leverage to players in the future. And so again, if you fall on the side of, okay, players shouldn't have that leverage, the team should have that leverage. Or if you fall on the other side of players should have that leverage, whatever, neither one necessitates you attacking Roquan Smith. It's idiotic, it's ignorant. You can be frustrated, you can be upset, but you could be on the other side. But to sit here and act as if, oh my God, he is a terrible person, or they're doing something terrible, they're just doing this to screw with people, or they're just selfish, they're prima donnas, then you're just being ignorant to the facts. That's not true. It's absolutely not true. There is not at all true. That's all I can really tell you. I mean, you just throwing this, casting disparaging remarks on them just because you're upset. All you're doing is lashing out. That's what it comes down to with a lot of these fans. They're just lashing out. Talking about trade him. Are you kidding me? He's a top 10 pick. And everyone's talking about, oh, he doesn't want to play. What? He's a buckets winner. He loves football. He's a top 10 pick. He wants to play. That doesn't mean, okay, I'll just sign a wet food stamp and go out there. It's a business decision. This is all business. And so you have to make that right move for yourself. And then ultimately for other people as well, if you can help them in the process. There's nothing wrong with that. And so these whole thing about him not wanting to play and screwing over teams, that's silly. Absolutely silly. Look, if a player's like, hey, I don't want to miss no practice, I want to get out there, good on them. Cool. But if a player also says, hey, I want to think bigger picture and I want to get out there, I'm going to give it my all when I get there, but I got to make sure it's right, then cool too. And it's funny because you got coaches, Ryan Pace now, that are attesting to the fact that Roquan is being cooperative with the coaches, again, studying and keeping in shape. Yes, it's not with the team, blah, blah, blah. We get it. But the fact, if he was a prima donna, he wouldn't be doing that. It's not some vile, toxic, thing right now between the Bears and Roquan. That's media fallacy. They're both understand their position, and I'm pretty sure they both respect each other's side at digging their heels in on this. So, yeah, that's my thoughts. Again, it's sad, disappointing that Bears fans are acting like this. And hopefully we could get to a resolution with the contract, but even more so before that, I hope we get to a point where Bears fans, just think a little more and not, let their emotions control them so much online, cause it's absolutely ugly and ridiculous. So anyway, that's my thoughts on everything going on with Roquan. My thoughts really with the Bears fans and how they're acting with Roquan. Go to comment section. Let me know what you think. If you still just like F that dude, he's evil or he sucks or whatever. Okay, well then that's who you are. But go ahead in the comment section. Let me know. Spread it around. Get the convo started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, stay up and bear down.